It is the Jared Briggs Show. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode this week. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you are doing very well. You guys, I got something here. You guys see in the title, tips on making your first $10,000 per month in your business. Doesn't matter if you're just starting out or if you've been in business for a little bit. This has been on my mind, something I've been thinking about, and something my friend Justin Arrington and I, if you guys haven't listened to the Justin Arrington podcast episode a couple weeks ago, you guys need to go check that out. Justin's a good dude, real good friend of mine, and he's got a lot of value to share. So go listen to that episode, go follow him on social media. But him and I are working on something we're creating a community where people can join, and the whole focus is us helping people create and collect their first $10,000 per month in their business or even in your personal life, job, how you can increase that and your value to the company you work for, but how to make your first $10,000 per month and then how to grow your current business or start your first business. And so it's been on my mind a ton. We've been creating this community, talking about it, working on it, and it's coming together good. We've been talking to a lot of people about it and sharing it, and we've had a ton of interest. And once we launched, which this week was the first week that this was live, so we do a live call every Tuesday from 12 to 1. We've had a great response of people wanting to join, because who doesn't want to make $10,000 a month? Who doesn't want to grow their business, or who doesn't want to start their first business? And this has been that's like our ideal of what we're talking to and what we're looking at. And that was exactly who Justin and I were, years ago. We were trying to figure out how to make our first $10,000 a month. We were trying to figure out how to grow our current business. Before that, how to start our first business. Like it's just a real thing that people are trying to solve and answer. So that's what we're focused on. So I'm going to put that plug in there. But with talking about these things, about how to make your first $10,000, I've just been thinking about it nonstop, and it's got me thinking. So you guys, this episode, I want to talk about mistakes that I made that kept me from making my first $10,000, and it took me longer than it should have. Honestly, it took me way longer than it should have. And so I started my business in 2017. March of 2017, I got licensed to be a life and health insurance agent, and then I just started working on things. I had a lot of mindset things to work on. But this is where I screwed up. This is the number one thing. If you are messing up in this area, it's going to keep you from making $10,000. And that's trying to do multiple things. That is the biggest mistake that I made. I got my business, I was 2-3 years into the business, and then I was like, I'm going to go do this network marketing thing. I met a bunch of people that talked me into going and doing network marketing. And then I was looking at real estate, and God, I can't even think of all the things that I was looking at that time. And it pulled me away from what I was doing in my insurance business. Now I'm trying to learn this other stuff, plus learn the insurance and sell and do this and manage all those things. It was just crazy. It was 100% crazy. Everybody out there on social media, I see this advice all the time where people are like, the average millionaire has 7 sources of income. You guys, that is not true in the beginning. In the beginning, 1. I mean, you look at like even Warren Buffett and all of these other, big, successful multi-billionaires. If you're going to look at that scale, those guys didn't have 12 things going on at the same time. They weren't doing this little thing and this little thing and this little thing and this little thing. They were focused on one thing. And it took me 5+ years in the business to learn that mistake, 100% that mistake. And I finally came across this advice that I'm sharing with you now. I came across it and I was like, holy crap. And I shut everything down. I got rid of everything, like everything. I even turned off podcasting. I stopped doing a lot of things, and I just focused 100% on my business. And I've been able to grow I've been able to grow by 6 figures yearly for multiple years now. But that was the focus. That was all that I did. You can even take that a step further. Like in the insurance industry, you can do multiple different insurance policies, right? Categories of what you do. I really zeroed and dialed in on Medicare, especially in 2022 when I started growing my team. I hired a lady. She focuses 100% on health insurance. I focused 100% on Medicare. And then we do life and some things in there. But that wasn't the focus. That was just a product of what I was doing with the Medicare. And when I started focusing 100% in that one area, my Medicare book of business is the biggest it's ever been by a lot. now there's opportunity for me to grow even more and spread my time across things because of how I've set up my company, and I've got a team. So now I'm able to take on other things and grow other things and, focus more on marketing and training and all those things. But at the beginning, you guys, I really messed up because I was focused on a lot of other things and I was trying to do too many things at one time. You guys, this whole notion and tactic that the average millionaire has 7 sources of income may be true in the sense of 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years down the road. Then they start taking profits from the business, investing into other opportunities. Or maybe they hire people, buy their time back. If you guys haven't read the book from Dan Martell, Buy Back Your Time, you guys need to go read that. That is an incredible book, especially if you're a business owner, especially if you're looking to grow, especially if you're looking to be a business owner and not just somebody that owns a job. That buy back your time is really good. And so if you can get to the point where you can buy back your time, then from there, you're like, hey, I can take, 10, 20 hours a week and go invest it into other things. And that's what I'm doing here, you guys. This right here, podcasting, is a massive passion of mine. I love to do this. I would do this all day, every day if I could. But I'm still very focused on my business. I'm still very much growing my business. And so is Justin. I just talked about something. Him and I are working together. Yes, him and I talk often, but we both got our businesses too. Like, we're busy in our businesses, but we can take 5-10 hours a week and apply to our dreams, our goals. But we've spent the last 5+ years focused on one thing, doing one thing, building one thing. I'm giving this advice because I see a lot of young entrepreneurs out there making the same mistake that I did. And I'm not no flipping genius or got all the answers or billionaire or any of those things, you guys. I'm just speaking from true artifacts. We're going to call them artifacts. Like, I went through that experience where I remember being so frustrated because I wasn't growing. My income wasn't growing. You guys, it took me way too flipping long to get to the $10,000 a month, 6-figure mark that we all talk about. And it's kind of coveted, right? Everybody's like, man, if I could just get to 6 figures. Cracking that first 100,000, you guys, it's a real deal. It was a real deal. And not that it's a hard perspective. I had to, from the perspective of hard work, it was hard from the perspective of changing my mindset, growing my mindset, building myself as a person that is capable of accomplishing that. And so if I could give you any advice that would help you get to that $10,000 a month, would be to remove everything not helping you in that direction. Like, you really need to sit back, and every time an opportunity come across your table or your desk, or any type of opportunity opens up to you, literally ask yourself, is this helping me towards my goal or away from my goal? Because it may be something really cool, like a real cool experience or marketing opportunity or network opportunity. There's a lot of really good opportunities, but you really need to be in the fine details of, does this help me towards my goal? Let's say your goal is to get to $10,000 a month. Does this help me towards my goal, or is this taking me away from it? And if it's taking away from it, you need to develop the most powerful word in the English language. Maybe it's everybody's language, I don't know. In the English language is N-O, no. You need to develop that skill. You need to develop that courage and that ability within yourself to say no. And it doesn't have to be no forever. Maybe it's a real cool opportunity, but no. You guys, I have one of my clients, been a client for a long time. He's doing something with crypto. It looks really flipping cool. If you want to know the truth, I'm like, gosh dang. Like, there's something with this crypto and AI. So it's a combination of AI and crypto. And I'm like, this is pretty cool. And he really wants me to work with him on it. And the thing that came up is, like, I really look at my goals for 2025 in the next 5 years. Does this take me towards those, or is it taking me away from it? And he sent me the emails, and I already knew what the answer was. It was no. I've developed that skill and that ability to say no. I used to say yes to everything. I was a yes man. If you guys have ever seen that movie, I was a yes man. I'd be like, yes, yes, yes. And it killed me. That kept me from making $10,000 a month for 5 years plus, 100%. That kept me from making $10,000 a month plus for 5 years. And so this ability to say no, like this gentleman, he even called me again yesterday. He's like, hey, I seen you look at that website. And I'm like, well, yeah, I looked at it. I clicked on it, looked at it. Just kind of wondering, so I could kind of get an idea of what it was he talked about me, because I'm a curious person, but I already knew the answer was no. And I told him, I was like, man, this looks really cool, but it's just not my thing right now. And I said right now because, hey, maybe 20 years from now or 5 years from now or 2 years from now, maybe I got more money and I know what to do with, hopefully, right? And, I'll be looking for other opportunities. Now I got more time. I've bought back more time. And so, guys, that buy back your time, you really need to go read that book from Dan Martell. But you need to learn very defined what to say yes to, and you need to learn really defined what to say no to. And it's simple, you guys. Does it help you towards your goals, and does it help you, or does it take you away from your goals? And that's another topic, you guys. You need to be, what is it that you want to accomplish this year? When do you want to make $10,000 by? If your goal is to make $10,000 a month, do you want to do it by June 1st? Do you want to do it by December 31st? Do you want to do it by 2028? Like what is your true goal? You need to really have that defined, what it is that you want to accomplish. So when things do come up, you can already categorize it. This is a yes or this is a no. And just be blunt. Be 100% blunt with you, the opportunities, those people. Like, man, I really appreciate you thinking about me, or this or this or this, but I got to pass for right now. Okay. I had a conversation a couple weeks ago with somebody. They've got like 5 or 6 irons going on at the same time, and no iron is even hot yet. I'm talking about iron. I work with cattle, right? Too many irons in the fire, right? You need to have 1 iron in the fire. That's it. One iron in the fire until that sucker is so flipping hot and doing so well that then you can move to other things, okay? So, guys, this is a real advice experience. I hope you get value from this, because this was a real frustration when I finally learned, the average millionaire doesn't have 7 sources of income at the start. They have 1, and they probably have 0 at the start. If you want to be honest, when you're a business owner, you have 0, and then you build that 1, and you only build that 1. If I'd have learned that, I would be much further. So I want to share that information with you. If your goal, desire, dream is to get to $10,000 a month plus in your income with your business, your job, you need to focus on one thing. You need to develop that one thing and go all in on it and become obsessed with that one thing, and to truly develop that. And then you can expand and grow to other things. Okay? Guys, this is just some advice that I wanted to share with you about how to increase your income from your business or your job to $10,000 plus per month. Hope you got value from this. You guys, if there's anything I can help you with, if you guys have any questions, if you're interested in the community that my friend and I are putting together to help teach more of these things, be more one-on-one, do the live calls and share, there's the thing we call the quad. This is how we categorize our goals and our dreams and, make sure we're staying balanced. Balance is kind of a BS thing, but you guys get what I'm saying. Like, am I focused on the things that are important, or do I got a lot of BS in my life? My friend Justin and I, we use a thing called the quad, which is faith, family, finance, and fitness. That's how we, when we're sitting down, writing our goals, basing our goals, doing a lot of things, we base them off those things in those categories of what we call the quad. So if you guys are interested in this, you're looking for a community of like-minded people, you're looking for some advice, some coaching, help, reach out to me. It's going to be called Invictus Nation. So reach out to me if you guys have any questions. It is now, at the time of this, when you are listening to this community is open and available for people to join. So if you're looking for a community, let me give you a little background of why we created this. Justin and I have been looking for a community like this. We've been a part of many. We don't vibe with the ones we were a part of anymore. Lots changed, lots done. We've grown. We're looking for others. We just couldn't find it. We've talked to a lot of other people that are like, yeah, we're looking for the same thing. And so Justin and I were talking one day, and I'm like, dude, we've talked about this for years, 5+ years now, probably around 5 years now. And we've talked about this, so why don't we just do it? And it's been fun. We're really looking forward to it. So the goal, the dream is just to help people win. 100% help people win. So there we go, you guys. There's some advice. I hope you got value from that. You guys have a wonderful day. Continue to strive and dream big. Remember, you can do anything you put your mind to, and be the master. You guys be the master of your life. Take control of your life. The whole goal with everything is to need nothing from no one. You guys have a wonderful day. We'll catch you next week.